Dear Ma, by the time you discover this letter, you will no doubt have worried yourself to the point of malady, and you will, I suspect, have already concluded what has transpired. I have left the farm for good this time. I feel I must seek out a greater lot than that which can be found in our narrow valley. There is more to the world than mending wagon wheels and tending turnips, and I aim to seek it out and make it my own. And if I fail, well, perhaps it will have been worth the trying. I hear Pa stirring, so I must go. I will write you again when I can. With light feet and love in my heart, as ever, your dear son, Henk. Dear Ma, I write to you bivouacked under stars near a standing tree I can't quite make the shape of. I'm safe and dry despite the rains which have followed me like a hound this past week. I've secured passage alongside a group of nomads who say they hail from a sea of fire. They veil their faces and walk like snakes, and I fear no beast while I am among their company. They do not speak to me. I feel a swelling in my stomach during the long silences that find me often. I fear homesickness may be a distant cousin of wanderlust. Now, Ma, I need you to know that I love you and Pa and Sissy, and I hope the turnip harvest went off without a hitch. I know you bear the weight of my absence heavily, and I am grateful for you tolerating the burden until this ambling has passed from me. Tell Sissy to be brave and stay out of my room. Tell Pa I forgave him for what he said, as I hope he forgives me, though I suspect he will not. I needed more than what we had on that farm, and I aim to find it. The rain is picking up now, and the fire is giving way to sputtering. They say we will reach the landing by week's end. I'll write you again from the city on the bay. Soggy but undeterred, and as ever, your son Henk. Dear Ma, by the gods, were you ever right? This is a strange place, stranger even than you told it, and stranger than I ever could have figured, even if I believed you. The ocean lapping like a dog at the docks, and the city cut in half by a river. A forest surrounding us filled with creatures terrible and frightening like in the stories. Nobody here can even seem to agree on what the place they reside in is properly called. I call it the Landing, so as to avoid correction. And I don't know what it is about this place, but every time I go somewhere new, I feel the sense of accomplishment, like I'm doing something that matters, Ma. First time I walked into that furrier's shop, I knew I had done something, that I was gonna make it. Same with the bank. I walked in to open my account, and when I left, I felt a little older and wiser. It's the darndest thing, I swear it, but it's true. A whole city of tiny wisdom secreted away in the ordinary places. Stranger still are the folks here, wilder and more wondrous than you can imagine. I seen a man in the center of town form a circle with strangers, all shapes and sizes and kinds, and all of them holding hands, and then bang! They all glowed bright and silver, and then they all just left, walking around town luminescent like there was nothing to make of it. I seen people appear and disappear faster than you can sneeze. I seen the dead brought back to breathing, and I seen a glittering bug fly out of a box and kill a man before he knew what was what. I seen people stand wordlessly for hours, just stand there, after walking in all bloodied and panting, and then after a spell they just sprint away without a whisper. I keep my head down and learn what I can. I have a room at an inn, a real inn, Ma, and I'm scraping together enough to pay it all on my own, murdering rats below town and hawking their pelts to the furrier and the oddities I find among the corpses at the pawn shop. I run an odd job here and there at the hall too, but it's more than just pelts and secondhand trash, Ma, the way they tell it at the tavern. Stories I hear, well, you rightly couldn't countenance them, and I wouldn't blame you for it. They say there's a bridge made of rope you have to swing yourself across like a monkey, and there's a river so wide you can only cross it with a blind man's help. I seen the sloops shining in their moorings at the harbor, hulls pocked with close calls and heavy laden in the shallows, and I hear the sailors' yarns and shanties about adventure in the obsidian sea. I seen the maze forest that ends with a gate too heavy to move and covered in rust and barbed where the bad sounds are, though I never rightly been. I seen a reeking fen thick with miasma, where each step feels like it could drag you under, and it might. They tell of fairies that'll fill your pockets with boulders and stick you with explosions, and a boot that'll fly you if you feed it crystals, and a graveyard where the dead still need killing. I seen a wisp of a girl with wings stop a man's bleeding with a touch, and there are folks who are attended by such frightful beasts as would set Sissy to nightmares. I can feel it, Ma, all of it, calling to me. I love you, Ma, but it's time to find out what else is out there. There's a rumor of a halfling boy who got lost in the woods, and a promise of rewards to the one who finds him, and I aim to. I'd even get my badge some real rat fur trim for the trouble. I just need to find myself a broadsword first, and then I'm off. If I don't write you again, well, tell Pa I still love him, despite what he said, for I know his heart was not behind those words, and I aim to make him proud. With deepest love, as ever, your dear son, Henk.